Hey, yes, the excitement is building in Tesla stock. Traders are scared to death, and I can tell you why. And I can tell you why they shouldn't be scared. They should be buying the dip. You know, Warren Buffett, he said when everybody is scared to death, he's buying. Well, Grandpa's not Warren Buffett, but Grandpa sees stuff. You know, Grandpa sees the blinking. Yeah, and it's got to do today with the volume. We're going to talk volume here. Grandpa's going to go through the shortly here the indexes, divergence, the dominant trend, the pivot points, and probably most importantly for what we're seeing here is your volume. This thing is going to snap shortly. In we're talking days here now. We're talking days. And we're going to do the fair opening price for tomorrow, Tuesday, the 31st, the last day of December. And I think the markets are closed on Wednesday the 1st. And we're going to say, hey, where's Grandma buying the dip? Well, she changed it, I'll tell you that much. She changed it. She lowered where she's buying the dip. If you listen to the previous live stream, she was going to buy the dip at 412.75, and now Grandma's buying the dip at 411.25. And I'm going to explain that to you, why she changed it. What did Grandpa see? What did Grandpa see, and why did Grandma want to change her buy the dip price? Okay, we're on a daily chart here. Each candle is 1 day, and we're just going to plain start with the dominant trend because the dominant trend is up. Up, up, up. The dominant trend is still up. We have 2 daily red candles here, but I'm telling you, it's only a bear flag. We have a buy signal right here. And we are just, if you know HEIKIN ASHI candles, you'll know that periodically you get a bear flag. Sometimes they can be pretty big in a daily chart. But nothing to fear. Grandma is here. Oh, I should write a song about that. Currently, our low for today is 415.75, and we're hovering right around that after hours. As a matter of fact, we just went down and bounced off of it again. But, okay, so let's get at it here. We had a high to low today of range of $11.25. We had a high of 427 on the money. We had a low of 415.75. And we closed at 417.41 in the red. I'm going to switch over to the 4-hour chart. And in order for you to see the fair opening price, I'm going to have to make it pretty big. Each candle is 4 hours. 420.05 is your fair opening price for tomorrow. And Grandpa thinks, again, that we're going to hit it. I've been wrong the last 2 times, by the way. Absolutely. The fair opening price for today was 436.05, and we had a high, like you know, of 427. So we missed it by $9.05. Day before, we missed it by about $15. Grandpa calculates where Tesla should open fairly, what the fair opening price is. But as you know, Tesla doesn't always do what's fair. But it all comes around in the end. And it paints a picture for you. If you pay attention to it, you will see an absolute pattern. Grandpa does. Grandpa sees it. So 420.05 is your fair opening price. The indexes were down today substantially. And Tesla, yes, Tesla managed to underperform all of those indexes. We went down way more than anybody else today, is Grandpa's opinion. And then you have the pivot points. And, our bottom pivot point from back in the past was 302.70. And potentially our low pivot point now that Grandpa believes is very likely it or very close to it is 410.23. 410.23. Now, between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. this morning, pre-market, you'd have to have EXTO enabled in order to do that. They're doing a pilot program. Grandpa's in the pilot program. Grandma's in it. I know Jeff is. But most people are not in the pilot program. And hopefully by mid-February, everyone will be able to trade, buy and sell shares 24/7 throughout the middle of the night. But from 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. this morning, they were down there buying stocks like crazy. Like crazy. They were buying like crazy. At what price? 411 and 412 area. 411 and 412 for about an hour. They were just buying like what? Like crazy. Like crazy. They were just buying a lots. Big league. Big league. Big league. Big buys. Lots of stocks. Between 1 a.m. Eastern Time and 2 a.m., they were buying at 411 and 412. Okay? Now, are they going to go to 410? There's probably a massive amount of orders sitting at that even number, 410. Are they going to let some of them fail, or are they going to pull it up at 410.23 area, 411, and not let them fill their shares? The other game they're playing is they're taking out stop losses. Wherever there's a ton of stop losses, they want those. They want to take out those stop losses so that they can get those buy positions, because they know the price is going to 1,000, 10,000, and beyond. Okay? So they want those shares. They want them. They're going to take out wherever I don't know exactly where they're all sitting. If it's big enough for them to go down and run a wick through the $400 range to take out a ton of them, or if there's enough of them at the 410 range to satisfy them. But if there's too many buys there, they'll stay out of that area because they don't want you getting these good buys either. That's why Grandma got her buy the dip in at 411.25. 411.25 right now currently, and she's going to buy the dip there and improve her average some, because this thing is going to muddle around here for a little while, and that's just the way it is. So you got your bottom pivot points potentially is 410.23, our current low, and our top pivot previous was 488.54. And you're going to see that number again and far beyond when it gets up there. Grandpa anticipates selling a few shares in that area when the time comes, anticipating a $10 dip and rebuy and off to the moon we go type of deal. That's the game. So volume, watch my previous live stream. I went through volume in detail. I went back in time and I did two scenarios where when we got into the low volume, we get a $65 jump in 2 days. The one after that was, I think, a $145 jump in not very many days, okay? All preceded by low volume, okay? Now the volume today was 63 million. That's pretty low volume. 82 million the previous day, 75 million, 59 million, 70 million. And we had 129 million. That was up around the 488 range, okay? And volume has dropped off, the price has dropped down, but we're going to stabilize and run sideways for a little bit in the 50 million to 40 million volume range, just like they've done every time before. And I think it's going to most likely be in that 411, 412 area. I could be off. Grandpa could be wrong. It might be 400. Okay? But I think based on what I'm seeing, it's more than likely going to be this 411, 412 area. And like I say, they were down there buying like crazy between 1 and 2 a.m. this morning. Now, Grandpa could have put Grandma in at EXTO. She would have filled this morning, okay? But they're going to go there during regular time, okay? And I'll put her in EXTO tonight at 411.25 because I want to make sure that she gets her low average. I don't want to take any chance on her not getting her buy the dip opportunity because it's huge. I don't care if it goes to 400. We'll just get a few more. So that's it in a nutshell with volume. And like I say, the last few days, Grandpa's Fair opening price, they wiped me out by $9 to $15. Do I think we're going to hit 420.05 tomorrow? Yes, I do. I think we'll hit it and go beyond it possibly a little bit. But I think volume is going to remain low. And what we're watching for is to see some volume in the 50 million range, 40 million range, and off to the races we are going to go. I mean, it'll spike volume up into 200 millions and off to the races, or 150 million, whatever it decides to do. And check out this previous live stream. It's huge to understand. I put the volume chart on there. I show you step by step what they've done in the past and exactly what they're doing right now. Same thing over and over. It's what they do. You're playing against a supercomputer, way smarter than Grandpa, even possibly smarter than Grandma. But now we keep in mind, Grandma never loses a trade. Never. She always sells for a profit. Grandma's got patience. Patience is key. So a close below 429.40 or an open below that price, you're going to look for 415 to 410. Well, that happened today. It all happened. And we did just that. Good news is we haven't broke that low of 410.23. Buy the dip, folks. Everybody is scared to death right now. A lot of people got shares where they bought in the 450s, 460s, even 470 range, thinking, oh man, the sky is falling. should I sell and reposition? About the time you sell, this thing is going to be off to the races. And 477 is going to be a cheap share in your future. Yes, a cheap share. Cheap, cheap, cheap. You'll wonder all day long, oh man, I wish I could have bought shares at 412. Buy them. Buy them. You wish right now you could have bought shares at 212. And when it was 212, I'm telling you, fear level was high. Everybody was fearful. And when the prices tomorrow or Thursday, when the price is 411, 410 area, 412, the fear index is just sky high. People are scared. Traders are scared. This is the time when they're all scared. Get on the bus and buy. I'm telling you, buy. Grandpa always says buy. It really doesn't matter what price you own Tesla at in the large scheme of things, whether it's 400 or 500 or 700 or 300. Would have been nice to own some from 212. Why don't you? Maybe some of you do. Good for you. Grandpa's got shares. I shouldn't even say where. I got shares down under, well under $200 I sit on. And they haven't always been in the green. The price went down into the 150s and I still got them. I'm still holding those shares in the 190s. But that's the way it is. Multiple accounts. Get a if you're gonna trade in and out like Grandma does, get another account that you don't sell, where you just sit on them and keep them. Don't ever sell them. But yeah, 412 is the new 212. 212 was a huge opportunity, huge. And people were scared to death. Traders were scared to death down there that it was going to plummet to 150. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. 412, same scenario. They're scared we're going to 350. And there's analysts that tell you we probably will. But I'm telling you, the future is bright. And in the middle of the night, while you're sleeping, they're buying like crazy. They're buying like crazy. They're buying like crazy at 411 and 412. Our low, and what Grandpa thinks is very possibly our low bottom pivot, is 410.23. And if it is 410.23, you're looking at 627 followed by 677 followed by 700 on our way to 1,000. That's what you're looking at. And we'll have waves up and down. We'll have buying and selling opportunities all over the place. Tesla's so exciting. It's mind-blowing how exciting this stock is. And if you have patience like Grandma, you can win every single trade. You might have to wait a little bit. Grandma don't like waiting, but sometimes Grandma gets 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins in a row, you know. And in her little teeny weeny cash account, she's up well over $9,000. And but Grandma will take her profit, and she'll take a good profit when the time comes. And then Grandma will rebuy. Sometimes Grandma has to rebuy for more, just so she can make more. But Grandma's versatile, very versatile, and she has patience. You gotta have patience. Patience is key. Oh boy, are we having fun or what? Yeah, EXTO. If it works, if it don't work, if you want to try it and put in your order with GTC EXTO, if it rejects it, you're just not in the pilot program yet. But come February 15th, there's a good chance you'll get into it. Right around that area, everybody's supposed to get into it. Until then, it's just the big money guys and grandma. Well, grandpa even got in on it. I don't know how I got in on it, but I know how I did it. I called and begged. I called him and said, hey, grandpa wants to be in EXTO too, you know. Grandma's in it. So then they let grandpa in too. That's how it works. But it's not. They're going to go there anyway during the regular time. I'm not 100% whether we're going to hold at the 410. I think so, but it could be 400. But I do know for sure that we're going to see low volume, 50 millions, maybe a 40 million or so, and then it's all over. We're off to the races. Will it bounce $100, 140, 150, 60, 5 overnight? Who knows? But it's going to do it. Okay, hey, think about eternity once in a while. Grandpa does. And we'll see you tomorrow afternoon, and we'll talk about what's going to happen Thursday, because I think we're shutting down on Wednesday for Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What do you do on Happy New Year? You think about eternity once in a while. That's what you do. That's what Grandpa does. See you later.